The silent abyss. In the heart of the Atlantic Ocean lies a region shrouded in mystery and fear, the Bermuda Triangle. This vast, enigmatic stretch of water, bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, has been the source of countless tales of unexplained disappearances and strange occurrences. Ships vanish without a trace, planes disappear from radar, and compasses spin wildly. Some say it's a gateway to another dimension, others blame extraterrestrial forces. But for those who venture into its waters, the Bermuda Triangle is simply a place where the known world ends and the unknown begins. In the summer of 2024, a group of friends decided to embark on a journey into this infamous area, seeking adventure and the thrill of the unknown. Among them were Jack, an adventurous journalist, Maria, a marine biologist fascinated by the mysteries of the ocean, Alex, a skeptical physicist, and Sarah, a historian with a passion for unsolved mysteries. They had chartered a small yacht named the Sea Wanderer, equipped with the latest technology and provisions for a week-long exploration. As they sailed into the Bermuda Triangle, the sea was calm and the weather was perfect. The first few days were uneventful, filled with laughter, swimming, and discussions about the legends surrounding the area. Jack was particularly interested in finding evidence of the supernatural, hoping to write a sensational article. Alex, ever the skeptic, dismissed the stories as maritime folklore, while Maria took the opportunity to study the unique marine life. Sarah, meanwhile, delved into the historical accounts of disappearances, trying to find patterns or explanations. On the fourth day, however, the mood shifted. The yacht's equipment began to malfunction. The GPS and radio signals fluctuated, and the compass spun erratically. A dense fog rolled in, obscuring the horizon and casting an eerie silence over the ocean. The crew felt a growing sense of unease as the temperature dropped suddenly, and the air grew thick and heavy. It was as if they had entered another world, one devoid of time and space. That night, as they anchored to wait out the fog, strange things began to happen. Maria was the first to notice unusual, glowing lights beneath the water, moving in unnatural patterns. She tried to capture the phenomenon with her camera, but the equipment malfunctioned. Alex, intrigued, suggested it might be some rare bioluminescent species, but even he couldn't explain the intensity and movement of the lights. Sarah, unable to sleep, pored over old ship logs and diaries she had brought, searching for similar descriptions. She found accounts from sailors who had seen ghostly lights in the water, often followed by a sense of foreboding in the sudden disappearance of ships. As she read, the fog outside thickened, and the air seemed to hum with an unseen energy. Suddenly, a loud noise echoed through the yacht, a deep, resonant thud, as if something had collided with the hull. The friends rushed to the deck, peering into the dark waters. The fog was so thick they could barely see the water's surface. Then they heard it again, a scraping sound, followed by another thud. Panic began to set in as they realized they might not be alone. The lights in the water grew brighter, and the thudding became more frequent. It was as if something massive was moving beneath them, circling the yacht. Maria, with her scientific curiosity piqued, insisted on taking a closer look, despite the others' fears. As she lowered a waterproof camera into the water, the fog seemed to pulse, and the yacht shuddered as if gripped by an unseen force. The camera feed showed nothing but murky water at first, but then something emerged from the depths, an enormous, shadowy shape, indistinct and shifting. The lights intensified, illuminating the outline of what appeared to be a colossal, serpentine creature, unlike anything any of them had ever seen. Its eyes glowed with an unnatural light, and its skin seemed to ripple with bioluminescence. It was mesmerizing and terrifying. Just as quickly as it appeared, the creature vanished into the depths, leaving the friends in a stunned silence. The fog lifted slightly, and the sea returned to its calm, almost too calm. The GPS and radio began to work again, but they showed no signs of malfunction or anomaly. It was as if the past few hours had been a shared hallucination, a trick of the mind. Determined to leave the area, they tried to set a course back to the mainland, but found themselves disoriented. The compass still spun, and the stars seemed to have shifted. As they sailed, they noticed that the horizon seemed to warp, bending in impossible ways. Distances stretched and compressed, and landmarks appeared and disappeared. The following days were a blur of confusion and growing dread. The crew felt as if they were being watched, and strange occurrences continued to plague them. Voices echoed across the water, indistinct whispers that seemed to call their names. The air grew heavy with a sense of impending doom, and the friends began to turn on each other, their nerves frayed by fear and exhaustion. Sarah, convinced that they were trapped in a supernatural loop, suggested they try to recreate the conditions of the initial fog to break free. Maria, skeptical but desperate, agreed. They anchored the yacht and waited, hoping the fog would return. As the sun set, a chill filled the air, and the fog began to roll in once more, thicker than before. As they stood on the deck, they felt the same thrumming vibration, the same pulsing light beneath the water. This time, the creature appeared closer, its eyes glowing with an eerie intelligence. It rose partially above the water, revealing a massive, scaled head and a long, serpentine body that stretched into the depths. It looked at them, its gaze piercing, as if assessing their intentions. In that moment, Jack, with a sudden realization, shouted that they should not try to capture or harm it. He recalled stories of ancient sea spirits and guardians, creatures that protected the mysteries of the deep. The creature, seemingly understanding, gave a final, penetrating look before diving back into the depths, the lights fading away. The fog lifted, and the night was clear. The stars were back in their proper places, and the compass steadied. The friends set a course for home, the tension easing with every mile they put between themselves and the triangle. They arrived back at the mainland, shaken but safe, with a story that none of them could fully explain or believe. Jack wrote his article, but it was met with skepticism, labeled as fiction. Maria continued her studies, but she never found a scientific explanation for what they had witnessed. Alex, despite his skepticism, was left questioning his understanding of reality. Sarah, the historian, found solace in the idea that some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved, their truth hidden in the depths of the ocean. They never spoke of the incident again, not publicly. The Bermuda Triangle retained its secrets, a place where the known and unknown blur, where science and myth collide. And somewhere in the silent abyss, the ancient guardian watched over its domain, a reminder that some mysteries of the deep are beyond human comprehension, a whisper of the uncanny in an ever-mysterious world.